Today on the channel, we got one I've been highly anticipating. Is from the Super 7 Ultimates line. We've got Transformers, Dinobot, Grimlock.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimate Edition unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the king of the Dinobots, we got the Autobot, Grimlock. But for all your Grimlock needs and a whole lot more, head on over to Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79, guess what? It ships free. Got to get a deal out there, and that's exactly what I did. I headed over to Entertainment Earth. I picked up Grimlock, and I'm very excited to have this one here, as it feels like we've been waiting about 2 years for this one. Well, good things come to those that wait, or something like that, I guess we'll say. But definitely excited to get Grimlock out of the package here. And you can also possibly pick up him, but any Super 7 needs you need over at the Super 7 store, use the code KYLEP at checkout. So without further ado, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Without further ado, let's get down to old Grimlock. Man, oh man, a big package. As you can see, this is a massive package, as it should be. It should be big. Grimlock's a big dude, or a big T-Rex dinosaur is what he is. Looking very cool right there. Transformers font looking good. Autobots, Grimlock. Nothing on the sides. Ultimate on the top. On the back, a little bit of a file card going on, kind of telling us about his powers. Let's see what it says about old Autobot Grimlock here. Strength, he's a 10. Intelligence, he's an 8. I guess it depends. There was that one... Hey! I guess it depends. There was that one episode where he became like a genius. Remember that one there? Speed, he is a 7. Endurance, a 6. Rank, 10. I agree on that one. Courage, not a lot of courage on him. He's a 3 on courage. Firepower, a 7. And skill, a 10. So definitely a guy you don't want to mess with, of course. And like I said, the leader of the Dinobots. And I was never a dinosaur kid for whatever reason. Some kids were action figure kids. That was me all day long. Some kids were dinosaur kids. And some kids were like Hot Wheels and cars and things like that. See you later off to the side. For me, I just was not a dinosaur guy. Even when Jurassic Park came out, dinosaurs didn't do a whole lot for me. I didn't get on that dinosaur craze for whatever reason. But when I think of dinosaurs, I think of the Dinobots. And maybe that's just wild for me, but possibly, and no possibly about it, they're my favorite faction of the Autobots. I loved the Dinobots as a kid. I had Snarl as a kid in the original one. I never had any of the other ones. Would have loved to have Grimlock as a collector. And it's one of the only current Transformers line in the modern day Hasbro stuff that I still collect is the Dinobot stuff. So the more you know about Kyle and his dinosaur fandom, I guess we'll call it. We are taped in the package right here. Oh my gosh, taped in twice. There it is. And we get extra hands for Grimlock here. We got one that fell out there, but we got extra hands. We got a serving tray, and we get a little serving apron there. So unlike Mo Sislak from the Simpsons line, we actually got our apron with this one, and I did get my Mo apron later on, so it will happen. But we do got that for Grimlock. Cool for a little bit of a picture, but man, I'm displaying him OG Grimlock style. There's no way around that one right there. And there's that serving tray I was talking about. And then you get Grimlock in the plastic prison. Big old one. I love the crown. He's King Grimlock. And then you got that like machine that made him smart. Then we got Wheelie there. We got a big old fish. There's a lot going on with this pack. But I'm going to get everything out of these packs. And we'll be back talking all things Grimlock. All right, we got Grimlock out of the package. And we got a lot going on. And let's start with the accessories per the course here. Let's start with these extra hands. And Grimlock, he came out with the big old claw hands. The big old open hands right out of the package there. And then we do get I was going to say fisted hands, but I guess technically gripping hands here. He can grip some stuff if he needs be, but we do get 2 grippers right there. And then we do get 2 splayed out hands, totally splayed out hands. And when I think of Grimlock, that's kind of how I think of him as. But we get a few different hands. No fists, though. Of course, we know these T-Rexes, they don't really throw any fists. They do their jaws do the chalking for the most part here. But definitely looking interesting in the hand department. Then we move on with some of these accessories. I talked about the cape, little Velcro cape. I got capes on the mind. I'm getting ready to do a Lando Calrissian top 5. Oh, cape season, running hard. But it is an apron, technically an apron here. And of course, just fits right over his head. Or you can Velcro it on there. Of course, Velcro there. But you can reenact that scene where he was serving everybody. Of course, you get the serving plate right here. You get all these cups and glasses. You get purple and blue. So very cool. Once again, you can use these accessories with something else if you wanted to. A nice serving platter, a serving tray on there. Very cool attention to detail here. Giving a little extra personality to our old friend Grimlock with this apron. But a very nice white apron, very plain Jane. Got the little black bow on the front. Definitely looking like an apron should look in the white variety right there. So I'm here for that. Then we do get this. We get this helmet. Fits right on Grimlock's head very easily. Doesn't plug into anything or anything. I guess if you had a computer, you could plug it into. But of course, this is, I think, what made him super smart. That in one episode, he got really smart. So I think that's what this has to do. Nice yellow color against it. Got the gray color. Got the wire here. It's not a bendy wire, but it does have movability. And then you got kind of the plug on the end. Definitely fits on his head, stays on his head, all that good stuff. Speaking of hats, how about a crown? Of course, Grimlock, king of the dinobots, as we do know he wore that crown on more than one occasion. So if you want to put him there, he can fit in like a lot of other good kings out there. Jerry the King Lawler, the Burger King. There's just a lot of kings out there, of course. And King Grimlock rides again right here. So definitely like what I see out of this one here. Fits there. You got to have it on right there, but definitely looking good. It's a nice yellow crown. I'm here for that for old Grimlock. Then we get that big old fish, and of course, T-Rexes, they love to eat a big fish, but I'm not sure about a robot fish. But you could put it in his mouth, maybe. You just kind of have to angle it right, I guess. There it is. Can fit in his teeth there, and then you could also use the gripping hand, stick the fish in there. A very, very big fish, as you can see. Kind of got a little teal color to it, a little bluish color. Just a plain Jane fish. And another one of those accessories you can use something else if you really wanted to. And then we get old Wheatley here, and this is more of an accessory than an action figure. His arms do move. He does have articulation at the arms, articulation at the hands as well, so a little articulation there. Nothing at the head, nothing at the waist, nothing at the legs, but we do get old Wheelie right here. He's got his, what is that? The old Dennis the Menace slingshot. Yeah, the slingshot. I think the Hasbro one came with the slingshot, if I remember correctly. But definitely looking good right here. And then I guess he just rides on the back. And you just find a spot for him, and he's ready to fit. So, definitely cool. I don't mind these little guys. I think it would be really cool in the Super 7 Ultimate line. Who knows how deep this line is going to go, but if you got one of the bigger Transformers, you get the Megatron, you get your Starscreams, you get some of those guys, and then you pair them with a smaller one. Like you give us a Rumble from the Decepticons, something like that. Pair in something like that with some of those guys. I think that would be a really cool move there, kind of like we got with old Wheelie here, but of course he fits on the back like I did say. So, pretty good for the accessory department, but the main event is Grimlock in himself. I'd be fine just having this in my collection, as this is Grimlock all day long, and man, get me the rest of the Dinobots. Now, one thing that's interesting from the Super 7 Ultimate Transformers figures, they've all been just in their robot mode up until this one, as he is in his Dinobot mode for Grimlock here. So that is a change of pace. That is something different. But going back for me, I always played with and displayed my Transformers in their robot mode. So it's very interesting. I didn't have them in their cars or their vans or their trucks very often. They were in robot mode, except for the Dinobots. To me, the Dinobots have to be in their dino form at all time. Same thing with the Insecticons. I always have to have them as insects, not as their robots. So it's very weird how I make that distinction for these two, but nobody else. I don't know. I guess that just tells how iconic a big robot dinosaur really is and how cool they really are. And I am very hopeful that Super 7 could at least finish out the Dinobots. I don't know. I don't know if it's a possibility, but it would be very cool to get the whole group in their form in this scale. I would be here for that all day. I would be very excited if that happens. So Super 7, let's get that done. Let's get that done. It'd be great to see. But definitely Feeling good, definitely feeling heavy on this one. He is big. He's bad. He's nationwide, like a member of ZZ Top. Shout out to old Frank Beard. Yeah, Frank Beard. Why not? Why wouldn't you? But definitely looking really cool. Of course, getting down to the head on this one, you get the mobile jaw up and down, all that kind of stuff there. A little red piece in the back, kind of looks like a laser getting ready to shoot out of there if you need be. But definitely mechanical looking, but definitely looks like Grimlock in the head. Got the blue eye, got plenty of movement on the head out of this one as well. Articulation, you got a little neck movement right here, then the head movement, then waist, I guess we'll call that waist. Then you get a little movement side to side of the tail, then you get movement on the side to side on the bottom tail there. The legs do go all the way up, so you can move those. Bend at the knee, a little bit of bend, not a ton of bend, but you get bend at the knee so you can move them how you need them to. Then you get the up and down on the big toes. Got the big yellow toes on Grimlock here. Gray color throughout, a little bit of red on the back. You get a little bit of color-coded button type things looking good. You get a little different gray color down here for the tail. But pretty much Grimlock by numbers going on. And I forgot the articulation at the hands. Hands going to be removable, back and forth, side to side. You do get the elbow, side to side, back and forth, single jointed. And then you do get the arms that move around as well. Of course, not Spider-Man, so he's not going to have tons and tons of articulation. But a fairly good amount for old Grimlock here. Definitely gets the job done for me. Definitely like what I see here. I'm definitely here for this one. This did meet my expectations. I knew this wasn't going to be Spider-Man posability. I want just a big, meaty Grimlock on my shelf that's not going to cost me $250 for a masterpiece figure. This is what I want. Give me the rest of the Dinobots. Give me the rest of the core Transformers and Decepticons. I'm here for this. So, well, if you know what you're getting yourself into by purchasing this, I think this is a great value. I think this is a great deal. This definitely is very nostalgic for me. I'm definitely here for old Grimlock looking good. And, of course, we unboxed Megatron, so we get a little scaling size difference between Megatron, and I got Optimus Prime here as well. And this feels about right. Grimlock should be bigger than these two, of course. Definitely very, very fun. Definitely very, very cool for me. But what say you guys and gals out there in YouTube land? You picking these up? You passing? You playing the long game? You're not sure? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on the Patreon channel. Your best place to support the channel with all the extra content from both YouTube channels we got going on. You can get it all over there early from, of course, on the Patreon. And then the Patreon, best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media. Sir Paul64, I heard it on the X. And then _Kyle_Peterson, of course, over there on Threads and on Instagram. So for Autobots, Decepticons, and Dinobots, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.